Hello, Marshall Harris here again. This time we're going to make a nice paper kite. What we do is, I made this image, printed it on here. This is from 20 kids, 20 kites in 20 minutes. And what this does, I give you a better way to make this, a more accurate way. So I made this, printed on my printer as a guide. So what you do, the first thing, is lay it on its back, you take a piece of cellophane tape and put it across the smiley face, making sure you cover the two black dots, because what this is going to be is a reinforcement for when you punch a hole. Now, the first thing we do after we add the tape, we fold this backwards in half, which means the printing will be on the outside, and you want it to be as evenly as possible. So you go across, check both the corners to make sure even, and you crease this nice. Then you lay it down with a fold on the left. Then using my ruler, I'll come to the left of the line that I have on there, and we're going to fold this back. Once I get it lined up even, I'll do this, crease it a little bit so you can get a good start. And you pull this portion down, crease it really well. All right, now we'll flip it over and match the other side, making sure that you go right out to the point so that you have like a mirror image of the other side. Crease it, make sure it's nice and sharp. There you go. Now when you get finished, it'll look a little bit like a bow tie. Now what you do is open up one side like this and lay it flat on the table. Then we'll pull out a piece of cellophane tape. We recommend the cellophane over the magic tape because it just holds up better. You want a piece about 7 or 8 inches long, put it right on the fold and press it down. Now this will support the spine, so you don't need a stick here. So then you turn it towards you like this. You take a bamboo skewer, it's about 8 inches long. You cut the point off so the kids don't stick themselves with it. And then you lay it down here from this point over to this point, centered as evenly as you can visually. Hold this down. Then you'll take a small piece of tape, tape it down in the center like this, and then you take 2 more pieces for each end. Now you don't want to go all the way across to the tape because that'll make the kite a little too heavy. It will probably fly, but it'd do much better in a lighter wind if you keep it light. So you press this tape down nice and even until you get that part done. Now, we're going to flip this back over on its back. This is the back with the spar, that's the spreader. Then you see how the keel is laying flat. So in order for this kite to fly straight, you need the keel, the center portion, to be standing straight up. When you release it, there you see that's the way it should look. Now if it's over like this or like this, it's going to fly crooked. So that's no good. So you want success, because what fun is it if you can't make the kite fly good and you have to worry about whether or not you got something right or wrong. So then you can clearly see the black dot. This is where the line is going to go through. The distance from the nose to the middle of the dot is 2 3/4 of an inch. So you punch the black dot out, and that's where you'll tie your string. Now, what we have here is about 100 feet of just plain, simple cotton string. Now you pull out a little better than a foot of string, and you press it through the hole that you just punched. Give yourself enough lead to play with. Then you make an overhand knot followed by another, and from this side it'll be virtually a square knot, kind of like what the Boy Scouts do. And you see I'm not tying it down to the keel. I'm leaving enough room for it to play if the winds get kicking around. Now, we're getting to this point, we're going to add the tail. Now, for the red, let's see, what would be good with red? How about some yellow? The yellow will stand out pretty well with the red. Now, this is Surveyors Tape. It's a very inexpensive. You get a whole roll for about $2 at the hardware store. You can get this most Ace hardware stores. You get 150 feet for a couple of dollars, and that's a lot of kite tail. So just pull off a piece. Now, since I'm 6 feet tall, I'll pull off about a 6-foot piece. So if you have a child do this and they're short, just have them do it twice so they get about 6 feet. A child will pull off about this much, an adult about this much. And so you just snap this off. You don't need scissors, just pull it really firm. And there you see how it broke off nice and even. Now there's two ways to do the tail. You can do a double tail like this by finding the center and tape it at the fold on the back of the kite. Or if you prefer, you can leave it as one piece. So on this one, we're just going to go ahead and tape it down as a double tail. And there you have it. That's pretty much all you need to do. Now, something that you want to remember always with children is to give them some safety instructions. Now, what I say is this: you never fly in the rain, you never fly in the street, you stay away from power lines and trees. You fly in the park with your family and friends, and make sure that you always watch where you're going so that you don't trip and fall or step on someone else's kite line. And be aware of the other kite flyers. Share the sky. And above all, you should have a good time. Now you can take this video and show it to your friends, and then everyone can have one. These are great for party gifts. They don't cost very much. The whole thing may cost you, I'd say, around 75 cents is all. For the majority of the cost is the string, and it's about 100 feet. Then you can see these are the materials that we use. The bamboo skewer, you can buy those at most any place to get it from. And then when we get at the end, we tell the children, you can write your name on the back if you want. You can even draw on the front if that's what you like. And then in the end, when you're sending the child home, we give them a Ziploc bag to protect the kite to get home. And it keeps it very well. You just have to remember, when you take it out, is to straighten up the keel, and you'll have a really happy, good day of flying. So when you come to Kite Fest, Louisiana next year, it'll be the first weekend in April every year. So bring your family and friends for the whole weekend. You get to make this kite there, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. There'll be a lot of kite displays. There'll be a lot of kites in the air. So bring your kite, or you can make a kite. And there's also a design a kite. So there's a lot of things you can do with this. There's even indoor kite flying. They have food booths, plenty of water, and above all, there's a nice shelter with picnic tables, undercover, and bathrooms, and anything that you need, and a nice parking spot right there by the field. So come and spend the day with us and see what it's all about with the kites. And this is Marshall Harris. I'm with the American Kite Flyers Association, and we've been members since 1989. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, and have a good day.